Back to our top story now. With the names of the ANC's top 7 office bearers yet to be announced, opposition parties, expectedly, are already starting to share their views on the candidates. The opposition is hoping that the new leadership can work well with other parties in order to better provide service delivery and grow the country's economy, among others. Let's get your reaction from one of the parties now. The UDM's leader is General Bantu Holomisa, who joins us via our telephone line this morning. General, it's great to have you on the program. Thanks as always for making time for Newzroom Afrika. I wonder, as a start, whether there's any preferred outcome of this conference for the UDM?
Well, the preferred outcome for the UDM would be a team which would be assigned to do or conduct an oversight over the executive members of the ruling party, because their term, as we know, only end up in 2024. So I hope that there will be at least a wake-up call to whoever is going to win, that they must not forget to deliver services to the people. And that new team, one of their main tasks waiting for them is for them to implement the findings of the Zondo Commission and the Party Commission. And that new team must clarify exactly what is the future of the institutions like SAA, ESCOM, all these SOEs, because we see some signs that they are being privatized privately instead of announcing the policy openly. So the same team, we expect them that they must do this oversight in making sure that there's stability in this country and that the crime is addressed without delay. Whoever wins, I care less who wins, but those who will be running the setup must address the points I've just outlined.
All right. That's an uncharacteristically diplomatic response. Let me ask this then. Do you reckon there's any individual person who is best placed, at least of the candidates available, to lead that team that can do what you've just outlined?
Unfortunately, as we all know, most of them have got skeletons in their cupboards. So some are still waiting for the law enforcement agencies such as NPA and Hawks, public protector, to table their investigations about the future about them. So, but yeah, let them swim in their own stew. But South Africa demands that there must be people elected from that from that conference who will at least raise hope for the people.
You know, speaking about hope for the people, there are people who are pretty certain that we are headed for a coalition government at a provincial and a national level come 2024. I wonder, given how this conference is unfolding, whether you reckon there are people among those who are candidates for leadership positions who can work well with the UDM in a context where there may very well be a need for co-governance at that level post the elections.
Well, the issue of coalitions, there's no doubt, coalitions are here to stay. But it will depend really as to how the opposition parties capitalize on this mess by making sure that they come up with a manifesto or manifestos which would address the issues on the ground. The problem we have here, the leadership we have, they are facing a lot of accusations, especially in the ruling party. So if the ruling party were to drop further, the chances are that they might even see themselves in the opposition benches. But we will all depend on the IEC, people must understand who is the IEC. IEC is ANC. As long as we don't put pressure on that to make sure that the allies of the ANC must stop running elections in this country, then we might not see even that coalition.
Are you suggesting that the IEC might contemplate rigging the elections?
They have been doing that for years. We have been complaining here about the members of COSATU who are running elections in this country, and nobody wants to listen.
You say the IEC has been rigging the elections for years?
Yes.
And you've brought forward, at least what you consider proof of this? The IEC is run by allies of the ANC, SATU, and we have proved that, and we have reported this. And even recently, the members of SATU, I think it was in KwaZulu-Natal, were caught. Caught doing what exactly?
Rigging election.
Sure, okay.
Thank you.
All right, something tells me that's a discussion we'll need to hone in on. But your point is that you're sounding the alarm around how we should watch those elections moving forward.
Yes.
Back to the ANC's conference itself. You know, there had been a lot said around how delegates typically conduct themselves, especially when they meet at a high-stakes gathering like what's taking place at Nashville. And to be fair, throughout the weekend, there haven't necessarily been any kind of dramatic exchanges that might raise questions around the conduct of delegates. That's at least my assessment. What's yours around the behavior of these delegates, at least over the past 4 days?
Well, we seem to forget quickly as South Africans. What we witnessed this weekend is not new. Remember, in Pulugwana, the same kind of behavior. Exactly, it was a replica. So I'm not surprised. But that is the matter of the ANC to address his candidate. I have nothing to do with that.
All right, fair enough. UDM leader Bantu Holomisa, thanks very much indeed for your take on what you reckon lies ahead for the governing party as we wait for